Well, today's that day. It was 13 years ago to the day. And I've been trying to keep everything in check, to laugh, to keep busy. Now, as we get this story started, Mr. Rog, I'm 43 with half and half, and going down the gullet during this video will be Mountain Dew. So, Mom had been diagnosed in February of '06 with ALS. For those unaware, ALS is a neuromuscular disease. It takes over your muscles and organs until you're put into a coma and pass. At last check, there was no known cause or cure for ALS. ALS is mainly known because of the baseball players who had contracted it, developed it, named Lou Gehrig. The name of it is Lou Gehrig's disease. Now, ALS, there's no time frame. A lot of people know Stephen Hawking lived, 25, 30 years with the disease. Most live quite a lot less. All I knew is that from the time that she was diagnosed, that I would have limited time with my mother, and I was only 29. I had just turned 29 when she was diagnosed. So I made it a point to call. I was in service and I was stationed at Fort Lewis, Washington, just outside of, or inside of, outside of, however you want to say it, Tacoma, Washington. And Mom was in Mililani, Hawaii, on the island of Oahu. So I'd call her every week. And there'd be weeks where, she'd be sleeping, and I'd have to call her back. One week, my sister answered the phone. I asked to speak to my mother, as I always did. I had to talk with Mom. No, you can't. Will you tell her that I'll call her back later, please? She won't be able to talk then either. She's in a coma. Knowing what I knew about it, I knew she only had 24 to 48 hours to live. So I was going through my first divorce, and I had to get a loan from Army Emergency Relief, AER. One time I had it, I missed the only flight that day from Seattle to Honolulu. So I'd have to go out the next day. My sister, her husband, my mother's brother, my mother's sister were all in Hawaii. 4 adults. And not one of them could leave the house to pick me up at the airport. I had to take a city bus from the airport to McLaughlin, and even then nobody could come pick me up from there. So with my luggage in the warmer than I was used to Hawaiian heat and humidity, I had to walk quarter, half a mile, maybe more. I forget what the distance was. After flying for 4 hours. When I get there, everybody was out on the in the front yard, and I dropped my luggage and went in to go see her. My uncle had stepped in between me and the door, trying to warn me that Mom doesn't look the same as how I'm used to her. And basically it's like, motherfucker, get out of my way. I want to go see my mother. And I got into the room. She was in a hospital bed in her bedroom. She was living with my sister. She was under home hospice care. And we came up with sleep schedules because nobody wanted Mom to pass alone. We wanted somebody with her at all times. I ended up getting the overnight hours. I had to have been telling her every half hour, 45 minutes that I love her. And it just didn't seem like it was enough. No, she was in there. Trying to hold her hand was real difficult because of the ALS. Just really made her joints very rigid. So she couldn't hold my hand back. And every once in a while she'd make this real hard to describe noise of like a mumbling, gurgling, and I'd put an eyedropper of morphine in her mouth, and I'd caress her hair. I apologized for being such a handful when I was growing up. Man, I was 29 years old and I wasn't ready to lose her. That was the night of the 29th into the 30th, and I was relieved of sitting duty with her. I kissed her on her forehead, told her I love her, went to go sleep on the couch. I was awoken, and my sister was saying that Mom's breathing was off. And I jumped up off the couch and went running toward her room, and I screamed, "Mom," and my sister grabbed me by the arm, and she didn't want me freaking out her kids. What had happened was my aunt was on duty for sitting with my mother. She left to make a sandwich and poked her head in. Heard that her breathing wasn't right, didn't sound normal. So she went to get my brother-in-law at the time, who worked in the ER with Mom. My sister came to get me at the same time. And before any of us had made it back into her room, she stopped breathing. Sorry. Anybody who says time heals all wounds is full of shit. This makes 13 years and it still feels like it just happened today. May is ALS Awareness Month, and as always, just as hard, if not harder for me personally, as the Christmas holidays are. I know this video is not about me. With Mother's Day, Mom's birthday, the anniversary of her death, Memorial Day, ALS Awareness Month, it's just been real rough. I've just been trying to keep myself busy, to keep my mind off of this. And I thank you for sticking around. This community is a great group of folks. Sean, Ghost Cop, brother, from the bottom of my heart, I can't thank you enough. You've been there for me, and I appreciate it. If you made it this long through the video, I thank you. Thank you for being ears to listen to me. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for being you.